And we are back now with this week's weirdest encounter.
미국 NBA
Top of the news in North Korea. The first American to meet Kim Jong Un, not John Kerry or even Jimmy Carter. Nope, it was Dennis Rodman, a.k.a. the Worm. They watch basketball. Kim is a big fan, but that was just the beginning. Some ice skating, too, an aquarium visit. Then a long dinner and lots of drinks with one of the world's most mysterious and dangerous men.
I love him. I love the guy's awesome. It was amazing how they were so honest.
That about a dictator who presides over prison camps, allows millions to starve, and has threatened to destroy the United States. Amazingly, Rodman now has more first-hand impressions of Kim than any other American.
There is nobody at the CIA who could tell you more personally about Kim Jong Un than Dennis Rodman, and that in itself is scary.
And Dennis Rodman joins us right now. I guess you don't find it scary.
No, it's not scary. It's amazing, man. Wow, man. You know what? It was such a great experience. Me and my, I call him my son, Elkin King. We went there, man, and it wasn't supposed to be like that. It was supposed to be like, just meet the guy and just have a good time.
And it turned into such an event. And I have to ask you first, when you said you love Kim and think he's awesome, were you aware of his threats to destroy the United States and his regime's horrendous record on human rights?
But one thing about that, you know what? I didn't look at all that right there. I understand what he's doing. I don't condone that. I hate the fact that he's doing that. But the fact of it is that, you know what? As a human being, though, he let his guards down. He did one thing to me, been a friend. I didn't talk about that. I understand that. I understand that.
Do you think you have a responsibility to ask him about it so that you don't be perceived as sort of propping up his regime, his cult of personality?
Well, I think when you grow up in an environment, especially when your grandpa and your father, you know, one thing, the kid's only 28 years old.
You called them great leaders. Do you really believe that?
No, what I saw in that country, and I saw how people respect him and his family. That's what I mean about that.
Aren't
great
they
leaders
forced
there.
to?
Huh?
Aren't they forced to?
Well, I say no, because I think he's going to change something, because he says a different view. Because I sat with him for 2 days, and the one thing he asked me to give Obama something to say and do one thing. He wants Obama to do one thing: call him.
He wants a call from President Obama?
That's right. He told me that. He said, if you can, Dennis, I don't want to do war. I don't want to do war. He said that to me.
Did you say, why don't you pick up the phone and call President Obama?
No, you know, it's a different story. It's a different story, because guess what? The kid's only 28 years old. 28. He's not his dad, not his grandpa. He's 28 years old.
So you think he's different. What did he tell you about America, and what did you learn about him?
Guess what? The one thing I said to him, I said, we talked about, if you see the clips or whatever, he loves basketball. And I said the same thing I said, Obama loves basketball. Let's start there. If you see the quotes in the papers, he says that. He says that about sports. Both of you guys love basketball so much.
So that's one tiny bit of common ground. Did you get any sense from him that he was looking to change the relationship with the United States?
Well, one thing about him, one thing I noticed about him, he's very humble. He's very humble, man. As a kid, he's very humble. He's very strong as a man. He's very strong, but guess what? He don't want war. That's one thing he don't want.
He said in the past that he would destroy the United States.
Well, I just think that's coming from his father. I think as a young man, he don't want anything.
What else does he know about the United States and President Obama, from what you could tell?
Well, I can tell about him. He does one thing. He loves power. He loves control, because of his, dad and stuff like that. But he's a great guy. He's just a great guy. If you sit down and talk to him, perception is perceiving how things
A great
work.
guy who puts 200,000 people in prison camps?
Well, and guess what? It's amazing how we do the same thing here.
We have prison camps here in the United
We don't
States?
have prison camp. Guess what? This is all politics, right? This is all politics, right? And the one thing, he don't want to do that. But you know what, dude? It's more like it. I'm not like a diplomat. I don't want to do that.
But it sounds like you're apologizing for him.
No, I'm not apologizing for him. I think the fact that, he's a good guy to me. Guess what? He's my friend. Guess what? I don't condone what he does, but as far as a person to person, he's my friend. But as far as what he does,
But
he can deal with it.
Someone who hypothetically is a murderer, who's your friend, is still a murderer.
Well, you know what, dude, seriously, you know, I think, guess what? Guess what? What I did was history. Was history, and guess what? It's just like we do over here in America, right? It's amazing that we have presidents over here do the same thing, right? It's amazing that Bill Clinton could do one thing, have sex with his secretary and do one thing, and really get away with it and still be powerful. And
How can you compare that to prison camps?
No, prison camp do one thing. We don't need to do one thing. Object that. We don't need to object that. Guess what? We're doing one thing. If like a friend to friend, right? It's a friend to friend. He's a friend to me. That's about it.
So you're going to go back?
Yes, I am. I'm going to go back, do one thing, and find out more what's really going on. Find out more.
Okay, next time you go back, you should bring this report from the Human Rights Watch with you and maybe ask him questions about that as well. You might learn a lot more, and it might press him as well. But thank you for coming on this morning and sharing your impressions.
Either way, guess what, though?
Here's the report.
Guess what? Thank you for the report.
Okay.
Guess what? Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Guess what? Don't hate me. Guess what? Don't hate me.
I want to get more on this now from Shane Smith, the co-founder of Vice Media, who traveled with Dennis Rodman to North Korea. So, Shane, I mean, I know you had some hope for basketball diplomacy. You've been to North Korea before. Are you concerned at all that this trip may end up propping up Kim Jong Un and giving him a propaganda coup?
I don't think so. I mean, it's definitely not going to do that for the rest of the world. People know what's going on, and they know our position. Just to be clear, I didn't go with Dennis on this trip. I've been twice before. I'm not allowed to go anymore. I've made three documentaries on North Korea, and that's why I'm not allowed to go. What happens within North Korea, they can say whatever they want on their state television. Anyway, they're going to say whatever they want, and they've done so in the past. I don't think it's a propaganda coup internationally. I think it's a crazy story. But within North Korea, is it a propaganda coup? The New York Philharmonic went there. Was that a propaganda coup? I don't think so. Any
hope for a new relationship, you believe?
That's the one thing I will say is that, look, there was a love of basketball, sort of reminiscent of ping pong diplomacy. There have been, very few instances of dialogue, and dialogue, I believe, is always good. And obviously, if Kim Jong Un is interested in America, if he's interested in basketball, if he made sort of allusions to the fact that he wished that there was closer relations between the two countries, I think that's a good thing. Even if it's political grandstanding, at least that could be the beginning of a dialogue that hasn't worked well in the past between America and North Korea.
Shane Smith, Dennis Rodman, thank you both very much.